people who are suffering and struggling through a time of war. I've never done a painting quite like this before, and I don't know if anyone else has. I had a friend of mine come to me with the idea of Christ walking through a smoky battlefield, and around him are all the different soldiers of time, as if they've just barely stepped from the battlefield, and they've got blood on them, and they're exhausted, and they bow down before the King of Kings, and they realize for the first time that peace really is coming. And the emotion and the feelings that that must generate among these people, you know, it was almost overwhelming for me as I painted it. In these troubled times, one might be led to ask, where is God? A story of faith and war that has inspired me is the story of the young man I used as my model for the U.S. soldier in the painting. His name is Specialist Cody Henscheid, and a few years ago he was attacked in a roadside bomb that exploded under the Jeep as him and another soldier were in convoy. Cody was given the Bronze Medal of Valor and a Purple Heart for saving the life of his comrade and injuries that he sustained. But the true story was never told. In his own words, I couldn't get my friend loose. When I thought we weren't going to make it, an angel picked us up and laid us down away from the flames. God was protecting us.
This morning, I had another talk with the German Chancellor, Herr Hitler. And here is the paper which bears his name upon it as well as mine. We regard the agreement signed last night as symbolic of the desire of our two peoples never to go to war with one another again.
When Hitler rose to power, no one believed that he would actually do the things that he said.
You know, our history teaches us something very simple. When an enemy says he's going to annihilate you, believe him.
Iran today poses a danger that threatens to engulf the entire world in chaos.
A nuclear-armed Iran is a grave danger to the peace and security of the entire world.
Diplomacy has failed.
Will sanctions work?
If diplomacy doesn't work, the clock could run out. We've wasted years on failed diplomacy. There's no chance that Iran will be talked out of its nuclear weapons program.
Iran is believed to be expanding right now its uranium enrichment activity deep inside of a mountain bunker.
Iran has tripled the pace of production of 20% grade uranium. They're transferring their facilities underground to be immune.
Time is running out.
They're racing towards acquiring a nuclear weapon.
None of us can afford to wait much longer.
ایران ملت‌های منطقه با مشت محکم دهن شما خواهند وأن تكون قنبلة ذرية إيران وباكستان قنابل ضد إسرائيل ونهتف كما هتفنا في طهران مار جبار إسرائيل مار جبار أمريكا.
For the sake of our prosperity, for the sake of our security, for the sake of our children, Iran must
stop.
Be
Iran.
Stop
now. Last time, the world was silent. This time, our voices will be heard.
Hey, this is Rick with Sonic Flood.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Manuel from Group 1 Crew.
Hey, this is Dave from the Sidewalk Prophet.
We're Point of Grace.
Now more than ever, our country is facing difficult challenges.
And I wanted to ask you guys if you knew that there was a proven remedy for our current crisis.
Believe it or not, it comes from God Himself.
And in the Bible, we read of a great promise that the Lord gives to His people.
He tells us in 2 Chronicles 7:14, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways,
then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and I will heal their land.
Heal our land.
If ever there was a time for us as a nation to ask God to heal our land, that time would be now.
Did you know that our country has a long tradition of setting aside specific days for fasting and prayer?
Isn't our nation worth it?
Join us.
I want all of you guys
declaring your dependence on God.
Dependence on God.
So that He will restore our land.
Check out calltofall.com for more details.
Calltofall.com.
Calltofall.com.
That's call, the number 2, fall.com.
Thank you.
That old man spent his life living off the land, dirty hands and a clean soul. It breaks his heart seeing foreign cars filled with fuel at his